Hello and welcome to springtime. It is Monday, March 21st. As you arrive in your easy seat to drop in, we can consider that it is now springtime. We're within a season change. We're still also under an 88% illuminated moon. So now is a wonderful time to really to welcome change. So you might consider what changes you'd like to see in your life or in your world. And then we can also consider how we can take action in those changes. We've been working through the yamas, the first of the 8-limbed path of Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, and this week we'll explore Asteya. So Asteya is non-stealing, and we could think of it as to take nothing that does not belong to us. It also means that if we are in a situation where someone entrusts something to us or confides in us, we do not take advantage of them. So taking nothing that does not belong to us. As you arrive, let's sit tall, enjoy a full breath in and out. Noticing how you feel in this moment with no expectations, inviting awareness. If you would like to chant Om, creating this auspicious vibration of sound, you can draw your hands together in front of your heart. Sit tall, and if you'd like, inhale deeply for one long Om. And release your hands. And today, since it's a new season, let's start things a little differently by shaking it up. So make your way to a standing posture, and I'll get that music that was just playing on again. This is called Bolo Ram by Sada Satkar. It's got a nice little beat. So as a reminder, we'll bring a comfortable foundation. So the wider your stance, the possibly more firm your foundation will be. Here we go. And let yourself begin to bounce, shaking up and down. Breathe deeply as you do this. Noticing if there's any resistance. Wonderful. Jostling the body, shaking up the tissues, imagine all of your cells vibrating with you. You might start to really shake your wrists and arms, maybe reaching them up overhead. Balance will allow, you might stand on one leg and really shake the other out. You can hold on to something. Switching out. A few more full cycles of breath. Shake, shake, full breath in. And slowly stop shaking and come to stand. You can be in a wider legged Tadasana, so firm foundation, broad foundation. And as we stand tall after all of that shaking, you might notice if you're more aware of sensation in the body. Maybe there's more there to be aware of. You could look down your cheeks. Maybe you're looking straight ahead with a soft focus. Maybe it's comfortable for you to close your eyes. Keep in mind, you can always take or leave any of my cues or do something all of your own. Just allowing yourself a moment here. And then you might allow your awareness, just like a waterfall, to start at the top of your head and then drop all the way down. So face, neck, shoulders, upper body, core. Awareness floats down the hips, down the legs, knees, ankles, and noticing your feet here. I like to say, imagine that your feet were a heat map. What would be lit up red right now? Where is most of the weight or energy going? And after you see that in your mind's eye, then you might explore shifting the weight on your feet. So something people probably can't really see from the outside, but you can feel. Maybe you rock forwards and backwards a little, maybe even side to side a little. So much subtlety to be aware of in every moment. And as you shift the weight in your feet to become more balanced, you might lightly lift your toes. Notice if that lifts the arches a bit. Imagine 4 points of energy on your feet. So the base of your big toe, the base of your pinky toe, and the bottom corners of your heel. Or sometimes you might imagine the center of your heel. So then we're drawing a triangle. So rectangle or triangle. Imagine those power points of your foot and press into them. Anchor the base of your spine, your tailbone down. As you do that, you might feel your front hip points lift. You might even feel a subtle stretch through the front hip flexors. So as we drop the tailbone, we're really lengthening the front of the body. Shoulders melt down as the crown keeps lifting up. Keeping the core engaged, inhale to reach your arms out wide, fingers spread wide, big full body stretch, reaching up. Exhale, slowly fold forward, softening the knees as you go. On your inhale, lift halfway, long spine. On your exhale, fold forward, softening the knees as you go. On your inhale, rise up, reaching to the sky. Exhale your hands to your heart. We'll do that half salutation twice more. Inhale to reach up. Maybe you come to your tippy toes. On your exhale, fold forward. On your inhale, lift halfway, long spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise up. Engage the glutes, engage the core, reach. Exhale, hands to your heart. Once more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Continuing, inhale to reach. Exhale to fold. Hands touch down, step yourself back into tabletop, and then press back to child's pose. You can keep your knees or thighs together or bring them out wide, maybe somewhere in between. If you'd like this to be more active, then you can keep your fingertips walking towards the top of the mat, arms lifted, shoulders sliding up towards your ears as you sink your hips back as far as you can. If you'd rather take a moment of rest, you can bend your elbows, resting your head on your hands, or bring your hands back by your feet. 3 to 5 breaths here, and you might use this time to set an intention for the week or for the season. or for the second half of the lunar cycle. And as you stay for another slow breath or two, I'll share a quote from author Donna Farhi. When we feel connected to the vastness of life and are confident in life's abundance, we are naturally generous and able to practice the third yama, non-stealing, asteya. When we feel connected to the vastness of life and are confident in life's abundance, we are naturally generous. Bringing your arms back up overhead if they're not already there. On your inhale, rise up, finding tabletop Varmanasana. And the next time you come to an inhale, drop your belly, shoulder blades slide together, looking up, finding cow pose. And on your exhale, cat. Then move through these postures at your own pace. And you might return to that heat map awareness of your foundation. So now our foundation is in our hands, our knees, which are right under the hips, maybe some part of your lower leg, maybe the tops of your feet or the tips of your toes, noticing whatever is on the earth. Staying with your breath. And the next time you come to cat pose, spine arching up, we'll pause here, push the ground away, keep breathing naturally. Notice if the weight is really in the heel of your hands, really tip it towards your fingertips. Glancing at your elbows, notice if the eye of the elbow, the inner elbow, is pointing towards each other, and see if you can make them point more towards your thumbs. So that's external rotation we're looking for in the arms, helping us engage latissimus dorsi. Tuck your toes, one more big breath in and cat. And as you exhale, send your hips high, lengthening your spine, pressing your heart back towards your thighs, downward facing dog. You can shake and nod the head, pedal out the feet, swaying the legs, any movement that feels good here. That includes returning to child's pose if you like. And then from downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, our feet are hips width distance apart. You can always allow a generous bend in the knees if you'd like. That helps us be kind to our hamstrings. It can also help you lift your hips a little higher. Start carrying the weight into your right leg and lift your left heel towards the sky, three-legged dog. I like to look forward between my thumbs here. That helps to keep the shoulders a bit more neutral. Really reach your left leg as high as you can. Inhale, looking forward, and exhale, draw your left knee towards your nose. Pause in plank pose, pushing the ground away. Think of your foundation. Grip with the fingertips, one more breath in. And as you exhale, step or swing that left foot to meet the left thumb, whatever it takes to get there. You could bring blocks under your hands if you'd like. As we pause in a high runner's lunge, you might imagine shifting your left hip back in space, or you could imagine squeezing your legs together. One more big breath like this. And then step your right foot up and out a bit, planting the foot so we can rise up for Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. And as you get there, you might bring your hands to your hips, checking in for that alignment. So again, the left hip shifts back, lengthen the tailbone down. Maybe you can bend a little more into your front leg, reaching your arms up, breathing. Keep imagining the right hip shifting forward, left hip shifting back. Feel the connection of your foundation. So pinky side edge of your back leg, foot. With every breath in, maybe you can find a little more length and lift through the torso. You can stay in Warrior One, or if today you feel like starting the week with a little balance play, draw the hands to the heart or maybe hips. Preparing to transition to Warrior Three, lean the torso forward towards parallel. Start lifting the right foot off of the ground, and maybe you play with it, just bouncing the toes off of the earth, setting them back down as needed. Maybe you're able to launch into your left leg. Both legs are active, so however much effort the left leg is doing, invite that same effort into your right leg. Imagine your right inner thigh lifting towards the sky, so that'll give us some internal rotation. The right toes might even point over towards the left a little. Core engaged. Imagine that you could set a tray on your back. It's that long and flat here. Breathing. Whenever you're ready, we'll all return to Warrior One, reaching the arms up for an inhale. Exhale your hands to the earth. Step yourself back. You can go right into downward facing dog, child's pose, or if you'd like, Chaturanga Dandasana, inhaling in plank and exhaling. Inhale, come forward on your tippy toes. Exhale, lower down halfway, hovering, untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your heart, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You might shake or nod the head, open and close the jaw, stretch the face out perhaps. Another full breath. Carrying the weight into your left leg, lift the right leg towards the sky. Reach it as high as you can, big stretch. You might look forward between your hands, helping to keep the shoulders more neutral. Another big breath, reach the foot. And exhale into plank, drawing the right knee towards your nose. Push the ground away so the spine might round here. Inhaling, and as you're ready, exhale, step or swing the right foot to meet the right thumb. We'll all meet in high runner's lunge, maybe bringing our block friends under our hands. We can see that the right knee is over the right ankle. We can feel the energy pressing through the back leg. All right, and let's step the left foot up and out, planting it for Warrior One. As you're ready, inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms, Virabhadrasana 1. As always, you're welcome to bring your hands to your hips. Like, we have all these ways that we can help adjust ourselves. So if your hands are on your hips and you notice that the right hand is much in front of the left, then we shift left hip forward, right hip back. And we can rebend into the front leg, connect to the pinky side edge of your back leg, then re-extend the arms overhead. Core engaged. Front body lifting as the back body anchors. Another breath. See if you can be as full as possible. Take your time. Letting it go as smoothly as possible. You can stay here in Virabhadrasana 3 or explore. This is 1. We can explore 3. Perhaps you like hands at heart, maybe at hips help you. If you'd like to explore, bring the torso towards parallel. Eventually you peel the left foot off of the ground. And no worries if you stay right here, just playing with catching a little balance. Maybe you're able to stand all the way into your right leg. Whatever you're doing, both legs are engaged and we're still breathing. Sometimes when we challenge ourselves or when we really focus, we lose our breath. And anytime we notice it, that's great. That's the opportunity to return to it. Constant, continuous practice. As we have the option of staying another breath or two, notice if you're standing firmly or pretty still in Warrior 3, what's happening with the right foot? Are we really gripping with the toes? Can we maybe more evenly distribute the energy through the foot? As you're ready, we'll all return to Warrior 1, setting the left foot down, re-anchoring into the pinky side edge, reaching the arms up for full inhale. Exhale, return the hands to the earth. Step yourself right into downward facing dog or child's pose, or come with me through Chaturanga Dandasana, inhaling into plank. Stay here for a breath. Press back through your heels. On your next inhale, come forward on your tippy toes, shifting the body forward. Exhale, lower halfway, hover. The arms are hugging the ribs. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your heart, upward facing dog. Let's stay here for a breath or two to refine it. Try to send some weight into your fingertips, going easier on your wrist. Lift your heart, maybe lift your gaze. And the next time you exhale, roll over the toes, and we all meet in downward facing dog. 3 to 5 breaths here. Remember, you're in control. You can always come to child's pose. On your inhale, look forward between your hands, keeping the core engaged. Slowly step your feet forward, but bring them towards the pinkies of your hands. Heels pivoted in, toes out, toes and knees in alignment as you sink your hips down. Coming into garland pose, yogi squat. And wherever your body is, maybe your hips are more lifted, maybe your hips are sinking low. From wherever your body lets you go, see about lengthening the spine for the next breath or two. Soften the jaw. And as you're ready, we'll make our way to our seat. Sending the legs long here. Sit tall, hands by your hips, Dandasana staff pose. And for me, at least, usually when I land here, has to have some refinement because it's kind of easy to hang out and not do much. So intentionally sitting tall. As you do that, maybe you can feel your ischial tuberosities, the little like bottom hip points or sitting bones, they call them, pressing into the earth, navel drawing back towards your spine, crown of the head lifting towards the sky. Lots of energy through your legs, toes spread wide. You might even bring your big toe roots to touch, so there's a little internal rotation happening. One more breath in Dandasana. Now, keeping all of the activity in your lower body and the engagement in your core, reach your arms forward. Big breath in. And as we exhale, slowly start to roll onto your spine. As you land, bring the arms out wide. If you don't have much space, you can cactus the arms. Plant both feet towards the outer edges of your mat, letting the knees knock together. A breath or two here. You can stay like this if you'd like, or let your legs fall side to side. Like windshield wipers, they both fall to one side and then the other. Breathing as you do this, maybe you notice the stretch through the front hip flexors, through the deep abdominal muscles. And when you're ready, return your legs to neutral. Send both legs long. Arms come out by your sides, but kind of wide, about 30 degrees. Palms towards the sky as long as that's comfortable. And allow yourself a few full, slow breaths of settling into Shavasana, corpse pose. When we feel connected to the vastness of life and are confident of life's abundance, we are naturally generous and able to practice the third yama, non-stealing, asteya. Take your time, inviting movement back into your body, deepening your breath. There's no rush. We will make our way to a seated posture to practice a couple minutes of breathing pranayama. So you're welcome to stay in Shavasana longer if you'd like, or join me in an easy seat. We'll practice a simplified version of Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So we can use our right thumb to close the right nostril, and then we will be using the right ring finger and pinky finger to close the left. If you'd like, with your left hand, you can bring Dhyana Mudra, index finger and thumb together, palms up, palm up. Breathe in fully and exhale. Now closing the right nostril with the right thumb, inhale through the left nostril. Close the left nostril, pause, open the right, and exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right. Close the right and pause. Then open the left and exhale. Inhale. Close the left. Open the right. Exhale. And you might be noticing one side is more congested than the other. This is totally natural. It tends to alternate throughout the day. Inhaling through the right and closing the right. Opening the left to exhale. A few more cycles at your own pace. We're alternating which nostril we're breathing through. If for any reason you're unable to do this with your hand closing your nostril, you can also imagine doing it. And for the next few rounds of breath, you might imagine the breath like a golden white light, like sparkling, energetic, pranic filled breath coming into the body, swirling around in there, and then leaving. And as you complete your next exhale, you can return to an easy breath. And if you'd like to close with Om, we can draw our hands together in front of our heart, sitting tall. Imagine sending goodwill out to the world around us, filling your home with it as we inhale for Om. Thank you for sharing your time and your practice.